So Dr. Molina, for those that don't know what a non-STEMI heart attack is, explain it to us.
So a non-STEMI heart attack stands for non-ST elevation myocardial infarction. It is different from, a slow narrowing of the blood vessels where a part of it breaks off, and then that causes a complete blockage of the blood vessels of your heart. And that's an STEMI. So it is different in that it's not as severe and not as much of a medical emergency because you don't need to break through that obstruction, but it is still damage to your heart. And as Briatney said, she was lucky. She just had a stress test and then, she's okay now. But this is really something that if not caught, if you don't seek immediate medical attention and have adequate testing and follow-up, this is deadly.
I can tell, Dr. Molina, you're not a fan of the dry scooping challenge.
Well, yeah, I don't understand it because, from a nutrition standpoint, we know that liquids are actually absorbed more quickly than solids. So I'm not really clear on how a powder would get into your system more quickly. So it doesn't make sense to me from a nutrition standpoint, and it actually has risks. My concern is that you could choke on the protein powder if you're not consuming it with any liquid, and you could also potentially inhale it, in which case it could get into your lungs where no sort of solid is supposed to be and cause something called an aspiration pneumonia. So it could actually cause a pneumonia if the powder is accidentally inhaled into your lungs. So this is a scary trend. And the particular product that Briatney took has over 350 milligrams of caffeine, plus green tea extract, plus something called theobromine in it, which can also cause palpitations, high blood pressure, and arrhythmias. So, this is heavy duty stuff. And I'm not saying that pre-workout supplements don't work because plenty of people take them and do have more effective workouts, but proceed with caution. And you shouldn't just think, because your trainer recommends it or it's over the counter that it's completely safe.
So Dr. Ish, have you ever tried these pre-workout powders?
Doc, when I was in med school, that was my church. I would hit the gym and I would use those things beforehand. And I think one semester before a big gross anatomy exam, I was working out and using this stuff, and I couldn't figure out whether my anxiety and my heart was racing because I didn't study enough or because of the powder. And then I figured out it was because of the powder. I just had to stop using it because it really ticked it up through the roof. And Briatney, let me ask you, how are you feeling now?
I feel fine. Like I work out now again, like consistently 5 to 6 days a week. And I've been okay. I do have to do follow-ups every 6 months, taking a stress test just to see if I'm okay. But that's about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming and sharing your story, Briatney. And thank you, as always, Dr. Molina.
Yep.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. And good luck, Briatney. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.